So lots of things happening right there in Rivers State. Well, a lot of people know the politics in the state to be quite intriguing, but this is another twist entirely. So let's get some more insight on this. We're joined on the program from our Abuja studio, Honorable Enemi Alabo George, is a member representing Asari Toro Constituency 2. He's a chairman House Committee on Information. Thank you for joining us on Lunchtime Politics.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Right. We had also reached out to some of the members in the other group loyal to Honorable Edison here, but, well, they have not responded. They failed to also send a representative as well as a commissioner for information in the state just to represent the side of the government in this matter. But let me come to you, Honorable Alabo George. And I see you're in Abuja. A lot of people will expect that, well, you'll be in Rivers State fighting for your cause, as it were. So the question is, have you been exiled from the state? What exactly is going on? What is happening in Abuja?
That's funny. I came to Abuja for a meeting yesterday, and I was supposed to go back to Port Harcourt this morning when I heard the news. It's sad. It's unfortunate. It's an interesting day to be alive. That will wake up to see many years of hard work, many years of history, works of our forebears, works of our predecessors brought down in one fell swoop. Our documents, our files, our archives, the entire signature of the Rivers State House of Assembly, built from the First Assembly to date, brought down for nothing. But I think that history will judge everyone. I'm not talking about personal belongings of members of the Assembly. I'm not talking about stuff we have in our offices. I'm talking about the institution. I'll live here one day. When I came here, I learned the job through documents and files and archives I saw from the libraries and, a lot of things, our Hansards, everything that represents the history and image of the Rivers State House of Assembly has been built from the First Assembly to date, has just been brought down. And it's something very, very difficult to explain. So I'm as shocked as you are.
Is that to say then that you're not buying that reason which the government gave through the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Joe Johnson, that the demolition was carried out as a result of that fire and on the advice of consultants who said that, well, the structure of the building is in question and thus needs to be brought down to be rebuilt? Does that mean you don't believe that at all?
My dear brother, the Rivers State House of Assembly building, before it was brought down today, is the best House of Assembly building in Nigeria. It's the finest and the best planned. The fire happened in the hallowed chambers of the House of Assembly. That's why we moved to another auditorium. The complex is massive. It's massive. So everyone knows what the issues are. If you want to demolish the official building, the House of Assembly, you will give notices. You will allow us to move out our stuff, move our documents, important documents. The House has to approve. The executive cannot move in one day and demolish the House of Assembly without the approval of the House of Assembly, without letting us plan. Where do we move to? Where do we move our stuff to? Where do we move our offices to? We have our halls we sit, we have our offices, we have our staff, we have our legislative department, we have our legal department, we have our press department. We have a lot of, it comes with a lot of planning. You don't wake up one day, lead a team of bulldozers into the complex, and then you just bring it down with everything inside. It is difficult to explain because of one man's ego, and no. This is the height of recklessness. It's the height of lawlessness. And what is sad is that this was enabled by a fraudulent court order issued by a corrupt judge, a judicial officer, which has no value at all.
Well,
Because we
Honorable,
know
I need to come in
that as
here right
presently-
now. If you can hear me, Honorable, it's important to keep our words measured.
Yes.
If you have evidence and it's been proven,
Oh,
bring
no,
them
I'm sorry about
forward.
that.
But
I'm
attacking the
just trying
personality
to
of a judge and the
express.
court will not
I'm
be
not.
allowed on this program. So if you have evidence,
I'm not
by
attacking
all
the
means,
court at all.
bring it out here. But let's refrain from personal attacks. Thank you.
We will. So, but what's important for us to know is that the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, as at today, is Martin Ameole. We have a subsisting court order to that effect, and nothing has changed. Martin Ameole is the Speaker and remains the Speaker. So whatever that was is void. The Assembly, the court allows the Assembly to carry on our functions unfettered, unhindered. Well, so all that has been done is actually void.
Right, so let's speak to this. Right during the budget presentation, which I imagine you're aware of now, that the governor presented the budget to the Edison Ahir group at the government house, one of the halls there. Your seats were declared vacant. I'm talking about the over 20 of you who moved to the APC. Are you aware of this? And off the back of that court ruling, where does that leave you?
It's funny. I say it all the time. It's funny. I say it all the time that we have the ground norm, which is the Constitution. And everything that we have done to date, we have done according to the dictates and prescriptions of the Constitution. Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution is clear that if there's a division in my party, I can move to another party. And that is what we have done. Whatever those four people, you're making a mistake. You said their speaker and four others. No, there are four in all. So the young man and three others cannot, they don't have the legal power to do that. So we're not bothered about that at all. That is not an issue at all. You can't put something on nothing. So it's not an issue. These are just people who have some funds to around and then allow press to come and then let them say stories. We're not bothered. There's a law. It's not a jungle. There's a constitution. And everything that should be done has to be done according to the law. The law has told us how to do what. And that is what we will follow. Anything outside of the law is void. And so it's just a short-term drama that is playing out there. As it stands now, our House of Assembly is constitutionally constituted. We have a court order that has warned all those parties and organs to stay off and allow the Assembly to do its job. That wants the executive to stay away, that restrains the executive from interfering with the activities of the legislature. So in the eyes of the law, as of today, Martin Ameole is the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and there's no doubt about that.
So why are you holding your sit-ins then? When last did you hold your sit-in? Where are you holding your sit-in? What are the issues that have been brought up? When you say he's a speaker...
You know that the last sit-in... No, the last sit-in we held just a few days ago, you know very well, the last sit-in we held a few days ago, we held it at the Rivers State House of Assembly complex. If we were going to sit today, we would have still sat inside the official House of Assembly complex. Now that this has been done, the House, let me tell you, the House of Assembly is the people and not the building. The law allows us to decide where to sit. When we reconvene, the House was adjourned. Whenever the House reconvenes, the House will move a motion and decide on where that is convenient to use as our sitting ground. All right. The executive, look, let me tell you something. The Constitution is clear that the legislature is an independent arm of government. The executive cannot choose where the Constitution, the House of Assembly will sit. If you do community reading of Section 4 of the Constitution, Section 5 of the Constitution, and Section 6, I always say it, that we have a horizontal separation of power, which the Constitution, the ground norm, has allowed. All tripartite arms of government function independently. The executive is not allowed by law to choose where the legislature will sit unless in agreement with the legislature. So it is the legislature that will decide where and how it carries out its business. The executive has no power whatsoever. And again, the House of Assembly can only sit when there's a quorum. As presently constituted, our quorum is 11 members. The House was adjourned and has to be reconvened before any decision will be taken.
All right.
Who reconvened the House?
Well,
the House was adjourned by Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable Batamewele. The House has not been reconvened. Our quorum is 11. Our people, 3 people, cannot form quorum and then do so. All that has been done is what? It's a sad day. It's a sad day that Rivers people will wake up to see history murdered.
Well, just to reiterate that we reached out to the Edison here group as well, but they've not sent a representative yet on the program, such that we can have a balanced conversation.
They will not come.
2 quick issues. I was speaking to our viewers, actually, Honourable. But 2 quick issues to raise as we wind down. Help us understand the figures quickly, because it's a bit tricky. So, 27 members defected to the APC. Am I correct?
Yes.
And the House is a 32-member House. Is that correct?
32, we lost 1. We're 31 right now.
So we understand that there are reports that Honorable Linda Sumari Stewart is back in the PDP. Can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm that. I don't think that is correct. I just got off the phone with Linda Stewart, and then there's no such story at all.
So did she say she's still with you people? That's the 27.
Fully with us.
Those were her words, and you can confirm that she said she hasn't moved back to the PDP.
I can confirm that Linda Stewart says she's with us fully. Anyone who has a contrary opinion or information can bring their evidence to us.
Okay, so what is the end game? And I'd like you to just be clear with us on this one, the people of Rivers State, and of course for the whole nation. What is the end game for former governor, now Minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike, whom I understand that you people have been meeting with, had to celebrate his birthday with him. But what is really the end game? Isn't he repeating what he fought against when he was governor? Isn't he repeating that same thing?
Look, I keep saying this. It's very, very unfortunate and a bit disrespectful to keep dragging the name of the minister into every issue that the legislature has with the executive. I said the last time that we have 27 members who took their decisions to move to another party. That decision were taken on their own, out of their own volition, So we can't always, yes, we know that he's a political leader of the state. We know that he's our mentor and leader, but everything cannot be reduced to His Excellency, the FCT minister's name. It is wrong to assume that every step that we take, everything that those 27 members that have moved to the APC take, because it is in tune with the expectations of the FCT minister. I said to you the other day that we moved to the APC as constitutionally allowed, and even if we go out of the constitution, we voted for Mr. President. We keyed into his renewed hope agenda. I said that if we found the man worthy to vote for him, now that he's president, we can find him worthy to work with him.
I understand that. Honorable,
the fortunes of
I understand that, but I want you to be forthright.
That is our own decision.
I understand. So are you saying that he's not in support of your move to the APC, or he is?
Look, I have not had that conversation personally with the
Because
FCT.
if he's not in support, he will have
whether he's in
people
support
to say, well,
as
people,
he stands,
I don't think you're doing things right.
He is in his party, the PDP. He is in his party, the PDP. We have moved to our party, the APC. Whether he's in support or not, I don't know. But of course, he's a PDP man. We've not had, unfortunately, yesterday, I've not seen the man for some time, and yesterday was his birthday. There were a lot of people celebrating him and all of that. We've not even had that conversation. You know, so whatever he decides, that's his. I am an adult citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm a politician. I have decided my fate. I have decided where I want to be. I've said that, look, I've keyed into Mr. President's renewed hope agenda. I've said that I've moved to the APC because there's a division in my party. My former party, we don't even know who the secretary of the PDP is as at today.
All right.
There are court issues in Abuja. There are court issues in Lagos. Court issues everywhere. So a party with a dysfunctional secretariat is divided.
We have to wind down now, but I know the concern for a lot of people is first governance. That's the major issue. Ensure that the people of Rivers State get the appropriate governance which they deserve. We know that Rivers is responsible for a large chunk of the oil revenues and all of that. And the people that have been devastated as a result of those activities, and they look to government to give them the basic amenities. And again, the concern is whether or not you're being used as a tool by the major political players in the state. So I imagine the plea from people will be, as you said, be the man of your own and do what is right by the people of Rivers State.
But brother, the legislature is desperately trying to do its job. What we are seeing is suppression, repression, and bullying of the legislature to do the bidding of the executive. And we have said that the Constitution allows us to be independent. We will not be repressed. We will not be suppressed. The legislature in Nigeria must be allowed to function independently.
All right.
If that is not done, justice will not be achieved. If that is not done, we will not enjoy democracy. And this is a lesson to other states. Yes, please. Yes, please.
We'd like to thank you so much, Honorable Enemi Alabo George, a member representing Asari Toro Constituency 2, Chairman House Committee on Information, and we wish Rivers State the very best.
Thank you. Pray for us.